it's the question that everybody's asking. It seems to be the question that everybody's asking right now within the kind of the SMMA world, especially beginners, obviously kind of debating whether they should jump in or not, you know, into the social media marketing world and start their own agency. And that question is social media marketing saturated? Now, just before I tell you my truly honest opinions about whether, you know, social media marketing is saturated or not, whether you should jump in or not, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Massively does help out with the, you know, whole YouTube algorithm. Now look, is it saturated? Is it something that, you know, if you're just starting out within the kind of agency world, like, is it something that's going to massively affect you in terms of not going to be able to get any clients because, you know, the companies that you're going after or whoever it may be has probably already got an agency because, you know, it's saturated and whatnot? Is it something you need to be worried about? Now, my honest opinion, not at all. Okay, not at all. And I know probably some of you thinking, of course you're going to say that, like I'm kind of teaching it and whatnot, but honestly, here's my honest take on it. So if you're watching this video right now, okay, if you're watching this video, YouTube is going to see what you watch, right? They can kind of see what you watch. They can see what type of content that you like. So then when you go onto, you know, just your homepage on YouTube, you'll have your recommended, kind of recommended tab. And within that, what YouTube does is it recommends videos that YouTube thinks you're gonna like based off of what you've already watched, right? So once again, if you're watching this video, if you watch other social media marketing videos, or even just like kind of online business videos as a whole, YouTube are gonna push more of those type of videos to you, okay? So that will mean that every single time that you go into YouTube, every single time that, you know, you kind of go into YouTube, you either go into your homepage, you look at the recommended, or you're watching a video and you've got like suggestions tab next to, you know, like up next and whatnot, they're gonna push more videos that you like. So if you watch this video and you watch other videos like this, they can see that you like social media marketing content, right? So then that means that once again, every time you're gonna come onto YouTube, you're gonna be inundated with social media marketing videos. You're gonna be shown so many like online marketing videos or online business videos as a whole. So to you, it's gonna be like, you know, everywhere you go, you just see more people doing online marketing. You just see more people doing social media marketing videos or whatever it is that you're watching, right? Even if it's not social media marketing, it might be e-com dropshipping or whatever, you're gonna get pushed more of what you like. So that may give you the preconception that everybody's doing it because everywhere you go, you keep seeing, you know, everywhere you go, you keep seeing social media marketing content or you keep seeing dropshipping content. Obviously, in this case, I'm talking about social media marketing, and you keep seeing that because that's all that gets pushed to you. So you might think, and it's a very, very logical kind of reasoning behind it, you might genuinely think that it's getting saturated because everywhere you go, that's all you see. But you gotta realize that there are so many businesses out there that just aren't even, you know, they're not even in the social media marketing world, right? But you gotta realize that there's so many businesses out there, you know, there's millions and millions and millions of businesses out there, all different types of niches, that don't even know anything about social media marketing. All they want to know about is marketing, right? How can they get more business? How can they get more businesses? How can they get more customers and whatnot? So that's all they care about. It's just that you're personally, you know, that's all you see because of the reasons that I said before. You know, you're going to get recommended more social media marketing content, so you naturally think that it's saturated because that's all that you see when you go online, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you go. That's all you're going to get pushed because these platforms want to recommend you content or, you know, pictures or whatever it is that's related to what you've shown an interest in. So obviously you stay on their platform for longer. So you're naturally going to think, like I said before, that it's saturated when it's not. And if you do think it's saturated still after I've mentioned that, if you still think it's saturated, you've got to understand just the sheer amount of businesses that are out there, and just the amount of businesses that just have no idea about even online marketing as a whole. Like, they genuinely don't have any idea about online marketing, even in this day and age. So I don't know the exact number, but I can tell you there'll be hundreds of millions of businesses out there, right? And all you really need is to get 5 to 10 of them. 5 to 10 of them to pay you personally, you know, anywhere from like 2,000 to like 8, 10,000, whatever it is, right? Wherever you're at. 5 to 10 businesses paying you that, and you're making, and first of all, you're making an insane amount of money, and you own an agency, you own an SMMA. And really, like, when you position it like that, when you kind of compare the amount of businesses out there, and then you kind of look at what you genuinely would need in order to make, you know, a good income, but then also to have a very, very sustainable, good business, it's absolutely minuscule. So let's break it down for a second, okay? I know I've kind of already done it, but let's break it down, right? 5 to 10 businesses paying you anywhere from 2,000 to, you know, like I say, 8 to 10,000. 5 people, even just, let's just go for 5, paying you 4,000 a month, right? 5 people paying you 4,000 a month. Like I said before, that's an insane amount of money, and it's only 5 businesses. Like, I guarantee you on a daily basis, you speak and see like 100 times that every single day, and you don't even think about it, right? You don't even think about it. Obviously, they're not business owners, but you get you get the comparison. 5 businesses paying you like anywhere from like 2 to 5,000. If you're just starting out, it's probably more on like the lower end of 2,000. Even 5 businesses paying you $2,000, that's $10,000 a month. Like I say, whatever niche you're in, there'll still be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of businesses in that whatever niche you're in. Especially a majority of you guys following this channel are in the e-com niche. There's so many e-commerce brands out there, it's not even funny. Like I'm sure probably majority of you guys have seen the, you know, the charts of like the e-com industry and like the revenue that they make. Literally, it's just growing exponentially at the moment. Again, I can't remember the exact numbers, but like this year, next year, and a few years down the line, it's going into the trillions of dollars per year industry. Like, that's what the e-com industry is now. It's a trillions of dollars per year. That's how much it makes. So do you not think you could just get 5 of those businesses, just 5 of them, paying you anywhere from, like I say, 2 to 8, $10,000 a month? Just 5 of those businesses that make up that trillion a year, just 5 of them paying you, like I say, you know, $2,000 to $10,000 a month. So really, guys, when you put it like that, and you really sit down and break down what the industry is, and then break down what you need in order to make it, you know, like I say, a good income and then have a successful business. When you compare the two, it's never ever going to get saturated. No matter how many people join the SMMA world, it will never be able to get saturated because of the sheer amount of, like I say, not only current businesses, but also the amount of new businesses that are coming onto the market, whether it be obviously drop shipping in the e-com niche. That's kind of like a sector you don't want to go into, but the amount of businesses that are coming out with new products and they're starting, you know, startups, and then even if you're in the local business niche as well, the amount of new gyms that are coming out, the amount of new restaurants that are coming out over the next few years, like SMMA is never ever going to be able to keep up with all of them. So if it's something you're worried about in terms of it being saturated, like, honestly, just stop. Don't even think about it. It's not a big deal at all. You're just dwelling on it when you honestly, you really don't need to. If you like literally just Google search some stats about the new businesses that are coming out every single year and whatnot, and even like the kind of yearly revenue of your niche, that, you know, that your niche makes up for that yearly revenue. It's not even a question. Honestly, it's not even a question whether it's becoming saturated or not. And then just to top it off, on top of all of that, the fact that SMMA is purely kind of predicated around the fact that you build an agency that brings a business more money, right? First of all, people start businesses to make money. That's it. If a business doesn't make any money, they go bankrupt and they go out of business, basically, right? So if your agency can provide money, provide a business with the main thing that they will ever need, your agency is never gonna go out of business. And not only are you just always gonna be able to get paid if you can consistently generate, you know, your niche results. If you can consistently generate your niche results, not only are you never gonna go out of business, you're always gonna have, you know, people paying you. But even no matter what happens, your service is always going to be needed. No matter what happens within the market, your service is always going to be needed, because, like I say, with businesses that don't make money, won't stand any longer, you know. So if you can consistently generate your niche results, then your agency will never have to worry about, you know, whether the market's good, whether the market's bad, because you provide basically the spine of a business. Again, when you look at it like that and you start asking yourself whether the SMMA kind of niche is saturated, like, it's literally a conversation ender. There's no reason to even think about that anymore, just because of first of all the things that I mentioned in this video. I mean, it's never ever going to be a problem. It never has been, and it's never going to be, you know. A lot of people are joining it, but it doesn't matter how many people are joining it. They're never ever going to be able to keep up with the demand of new businesses that are coming out already, and the current ones as well. Just don't ever forget about the fact that, you know, if you do think like everywhere you go, that's all you see is SMMA content, social media marketing content, how to start an agency and all that kind of stuff. If that's what you're thinking everywhere you go, just remember that's what these platforms do. They push content that is similar to what you like. If you like social media marketing content, that's all they're gonna push. So everywhere you go, you might think it's saturated, everybody's doing it, but in the grand scheme of things, if you look at the world from like a bird's eye view, you're just this tiny little speck in all of these businesses. So again, it's definitely nothing to worry about. So I hope this guys gave you some good context in terms of whether the SMMA niche is saturated. Obviously, it's definitely not. Don't dwell on it, just start your agency. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.